We're live from New Delhi. You're watching TT India News, India's voice to the world. I'm Pariksha Pe Charcha, coming up in the next hour. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi to embark on his power-packed France and US visit, focus on inclusive AI use and strategic partnership. Prime Minister Modi to host the 8th edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha, the event to bring renowned personalities to guide students on essential aspects of life and learning. Asia's biggest air show, Aero India, begins in southern state of Bengaluru, showcasing the strength of a new India. US President Trump to announce 25% steel and aluminium tariffs in latest trade escalation. China's tit-for-tat tariffs take effect. France threatens reciprocal action. Trump wants the US to own Gaza, considers regional role in rebuilding. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu praises the proposal. Arab nations decree the move. Well, on to the details now. India and France are set to elevate their strategic ties as Prime Minister Narendra Modi to embark on a crucial 3-day visit. Key agreements in defence, AI and nuclear energy are on the agenda. TT India's Tapas Bhattacharya reports for more.
India and France are set to take their strategic partnership to new heights as Prime Minister Narendra Modi embarks on a crucial 3-day visit to France. Key announcements are expected in defence, nuclear energy and aerospace, reinforcing the strong bilateral ties between the two nations.
Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi will be visiting France from 10th to 12th February 2025. This visit is on the occasion of the organization of the Artificial Intelligence Summit, the AI Action Summit that France is organizing. And Prime Minister will co-chair this AI Action Summit alongside President Macron of France. The visit will also include a substantial bilateral component.
A major highlight of the visit, the much-anticipated deal for 26 Rafale M fighter jets for the Indian Navy, further bolstering India's maritime defense capabilities. In addition, discussions are at an advanced stage for 3 more Scorpene-class submarines, enhancing India's underwater warfare strength. On February 11th, the AI Action Summit will take center stage, where both nations will unveil a roadmap on artificial intelligence. This initiative aims to drive governance, inclusivity, and global standards for AI technology.
AI, as you know, is one of the revolutions sweeping our times with enormous implications for our society, for our politics, for our economy. And there, India brings to the fore the voice of the global south, given the concerns we have about making sure that there is an equitable access to AI technology. There is no digital divide, so to speak, that it should be safe, it should be trustworthy, it should be open and inclusive, with adequate care for the impact it's going to have on the future of work, on the future of labor, how it's going to be governed. So those are the common concerns which we have. And it also lays the foundation for how we can collaborate with France.
The visit also focuses on economic cooperation with a CEO roundtable. Discussions will also focus on further increasing the cooperation between the two nations in diverse sectors, including aviation, manufacturing, defense, technology, energy, among others. Prime Minister Modi will then travel south to Marseille, marking the opening of India's new consulate. On February 12th, Prime Minister Modi will pay tribute to Indian soldiers who fought in World War I, honoring their sacrifices in France's war cemeteries. India and France continue to collaborate on cutting-edge nuclear technology, paving the way for future energy innovations.
From defense to digital innovation, this visit of Prime Minister Narendra Modi marks a new chapter in Indo-French relations, reinforcing a partnership built on trust, technology and a shared vision for the future. With camera person Rakesh, this is Prasar Bharati for TD India from Paris.
Well, the future of AI stands at the crossroads. World leaders gather in Paris for the AI Action Summit, shifting focus from risk to action. With global governance, ethics and innovation on the agenda, will the summit be able to unite AI efforts? TD India's Prasar Bharati reports from Paris for more.
The future of artificial intelligence is at a crossroad. On February 10, 2025, world leaders, tech giants and experts will gather in Paris for the AI Action Summit, a pivotal moment for AI's global trajectory. Now, what to expect in this particular summit? Unlike the previous summits in Bletchley Park and Seoul, where safety took center stage, France is shifting the focus from risk to action. The agenda? 5 key pillars. First, public interest AI, expanding AI benefits beyond tech giants. 2, future of work, how AI, that is artificial intelligence, reshapes jobs and industries. 3, innovation and culture, boosting AI creativity and inclusivity. 4, trust in AI, ensuring safety, ethics and transparency. 5, global AI governance, striking a balance between regulation and innovation. But this isn't just about policies. France is playing a strategic game. Hosting this summit positions France as a key AI player, balancing US partnership, open cooperation with other countries like China and India, and strengthening European AI independence. And with Mistral AI, the France rising AI champion, valued at over $6 billion, Paris wants to show the world it's not just following the AI race, it's shaping it. Yet the challenges loom. The EU AI Act just enforced just before this summit could tighten AI regulations, potentially restricting innovation. Meanwhile, the new US administration stance on AI and China's growing influence could also reshape AI geopolitics. The world will be watching. Will the AI Action Summit spark a new era of global AI cooperation, or will competing agendas widen the divide? One thing is certain, AI is no longer just a tool, it's a battleground in a new international polity. With camera person Rakesh, this is Prasar Bharati for TD India from Paris.
Well, President Emmanuel Macron said on Sunday that France will announce investments amounting to $112.5 billion in artificial intelligence over the coming years during the Paris AI Summit opening starting today. The financing includes the plans by Canadian investment firm Brookfield to invest 20 billion euros in AI projects in France, and financing from the United Arab Emirates, which could hit 50 billion euros in the years ahead. The LSE Palace said the UAE investment would include financing for a 1 gigawatt data center. Last month, US President Donald Trump announced that OpenAI, SoftBank Group and Oracle would invest $500 billion in AI infrastructure over the next 4 years to help the United States stay ahead of China and other rivals in the global AI race. Macron said there is a huge regulatory challenge for artificial intelligence, but it must be done on a global scale. Macron and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau reinforced a global partnership in AI, which they forged in 2019, joining the conclusion of a meeting at the French Foreign Ministry that included leaders from Slovakia, Serbia and the OECD. Well, after wrapping up his France visit, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will pay an official working visit to the United States on the 12th and 13th of February at the invitation of President Donald Trump. This will be the first visit of Prime Minister Modi to the United States since the inauguration of the second presidential term of Donald Trump. The visit will be a valuable opportunity to engage the new administration on all areas of mutual interest. Prime Minister Modi will hold a bilateral meeting with President Trump in both the restricted and delegation level formats. Well, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to engage with the students, parents and teachers in the much-anticipated Pariksha Pe Charcha 2025, scheduled to take place on the 10th of February. This annual event aims to address exam stress, offer motivational guidance and provide valuable insights on exam preparedness.
In a record-breaking response of over 5 crore participants have registered for this year's 8th edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha, making it the largest ever edition of this event. A total of 36 students from all states and union territories have been selected to interact directly with Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This year's Pariksha Pe Charcha has been revamped with a fresh and immersive format, featuring 7 key themes ranging from mental health, mindfulness to technology, sports and financial literacy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will personally address students concerning about exam pressure, time management and career choices, while also encouraging them to think beyond textbooks and develop a broader perspective on life and learning. Pariksha Pe Charcha 2025 will be broadcasted live on Doordarshan as well as streamed on the official social media platforms of Ministry of Education, PIB and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Schools across the country have also made special arrangements for students to tune in and participate. With exams around the corner, Pariksha Pe Charcha continues to serve as a guiding light for the students, helping them to face academic challenges with confidence and a positive mindset. Kriti Vadhera's report for DD India.
And for more on this, we have Kriti Vadhera joining us from New Delhi. Well, Kriti, this is the 8th edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha program and slated to have a record-breaking participation of 50 million participants this time. Tell us, what can we expect this time?
Well, good morning, Lipakshi. And yes, you're very correct that this 8th edition of Pariksha Pe Charcha has crossed all the records of crossing 5 crore as the registration, the participation from students throughout the nation, making it itself what we call in Hindi a Jan Andolan, a people's participation movement for a stress-free learning during this examination time. And yes, you very well said that this time it's gonna be little different, a total revamped, refurbished form of Pariksha Pe Charcha 2025. And during the past years, in last 7 editions of Pariksha Pe Charcha, we have seen that all this discussion and tips and mantras by PM Narendra Modi through his book Exam Warriors was given to children, students, parents and teachers in a closed campus and auditorium. It was Talkatora Stadium in New Delhi, and last year it was the iconic Bharat Mandapam. But this year, this Pariksha Pe Charcha has been revamped entirely, making it a multi-episode format discussion with eminent personalities, celebrities of the industry coming from various fields, right from Sadhguru, a spiritual leader, where he will be interacting with students, telling them how they can live a stress-free life during this examination period, how they can manage their time, how can they can remain mindful with meditation. Such tips will be given. Deepika Padukone will be featured in one episode where she will be talking about emotional well-being. And Bollywood actress like Bhumi Pednekar will also be there talking about the creativity with students. And not to forget that there will be an episode for sports also. Children who are interested in sports, and during the examination time also, it's important that they should go for outdoor activities. So for such discussions, Mary Kom, the boxing champion, will be addressing the students. So with such beautiful episodes. Students, teachers and their parents will be witnessing Pariksha Pe Charcha 2025 this year, which will be on air on Doordarshan just a few minutes after. And not to forget that during this examination time, major concern to students remain that what career they will be opting. So for that, a special episode is framed where the preparation stories for CLAT, JEE, and all such entrance exams where 12th grades children are quite excited about. All such tips to face this examination time will be given in this multi-format episode of Pariksha Pe Charcha 2025.
All right, so the 8th edition is totally a revamp. Thank you so much, Kriti, for all those details out there. And still to come on DD India News Hour. US President Trump signs proclamation declaring February 9th as Gulf of America Day. Sweden's plans to tighten its gun laws after its worst mass shooting last week. Kosovo's Kurti declares victory as preliminary results show lead, but coalition talks loom.
Complex issues, hidden agendas, twists and turns, strategic games. We think all dots are linked. We just need to connect them. Join me every week as I connect the dots to unravel hidden designs in statecraft, mysteries, and decode issues that matter to you. Watch Connecting the Dots with me at these times on DD India.
We're live from New Delhi. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Prasar Bharati, and moving on, Asia's biggest air show, Aero India, begins in southern state of Bengaluru, showcasing the strength of a new India. The event was inaugurated by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh at Yelahanka Air Force Station. In line with Atmanirbhar Bharat and Make in India, Make for the World vision, the event aims to provide a stage to forge international collaborations to fast-track the indigenization process, thereby providing a thrust to Prime Minister Narendra Modi-led government's resolve of making India a developed nation by 2047. Organised in a total area of over 42,000 square metre and with the confirmed participation of over 900 exhibitors, including 150 foreign companies, the event is set to be the biggest ever Aero India till date. And now to all the latest from the Mahakumbh, the largest religious congregation in the world. Well, the Mahakumbh 2025 in Prayagraj has drawn an overwhelming number of devotees to the sacred Triveni Sangam, the confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati rivers. With unwavering faith and devotion, more than 43 crore pilgrims have already taken the holy dip, seeking spiritual purification and blessings. With 16 days left for the grand event to conclude, officials anticipate that the total number of pilgrims could surpass an astounding 50 crores. Even after the completion of the three main Amrit Snans, Makar Sankranti, Mauni Amavasya and Basant Panchami, the enthusiasm of pilgrims remains undiminished. People from across India and the world continue to arrive daily, making the Mahakumbh a global spiritual phenomena. The Mahakumbh 2025 is not just a religious gathering, but a reflection of the rich spiritual heritage and enduring faith of millions. As of sacred waters of the Triveni Sangam witness history, the event continues to inspire devotion, unity and cultural pride. And India's President Draupadi Murmu visiting Prayagraj to take holy dip at the Triveni Sangam today. President experiencing the Mahakumbh's grandeur and spiritual significance. During her visit, she will offer prayers at the revered Akshavat and Bade Hanuman Temple. Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath also present on the occasion. President Murmu will also visit the Digital Mahakumbh Experience Centre, an initiative that signifies integration of religious events with modern technology. This centre provides detailed information about Mahakumbh Mela through advanced digital tools, allowing devotees from India and abroad to experience the grandeur of the event more closely. Her visit will be a historic and inspiring moment, not just for Prayagraj, but for devotees across the country. It will enhance the religious, cultural and spiritual significance of Mahakumbh. And for more, we have Siddharth Bharadwaj joining us from Prayagraj for more. Well, Siddharth, how is it going out there with 43 crore pilgrims already taken the sacred dip and President Murmu also at the Maha Mela today?
Well, definitely. First of all, Lipakshi, very good morning to you from the holy land of Prayagraj. And you can see there is a massive influx of devotees from all around the world, or not just from all parts of the country, who are coming here, on everyday basis to take a sacred dip in Triveni Sangam, the confluence of River Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. From past 3 to 4 days, we are seeing a heavy influx of devotees who are coming here. Although, despite traffic jams and despite the vehicular movement being stopped from around 15 to 20 kilometers from where I am standing right now, people are coming here in large numbers. They are walking, carrying luggage on their head and just smile on their faces. And all we can hear in Prayagraj is Har Har Gange and Jai Shri Ram. And of course, a crowd management system, a crowd management system has been put in place here so to ensure a smooth crowd movement. People who are coming here from this is Kali Marg where I'm standing right now, the starting point from where all the devotees come, and you can see people are coming from one direction and then exiting from the other. Yeah, this is to ensure that the crowd smooth crowd movement. And apart from that, the crowd who are taking dip, the devotees who are taking dip at Triveni Sangam are being politely requested to take dip and then move forward to avoid gathering on Triveni Sangam, to avoid any untoward incident. Apart from that, yes, definitely your second question, President of India is also coming here today to take sacred dip in Triveni Sangam. For that also security elaborate security measures have been put in place. President of India will take sacred dip and then she will also visit Hanuman Temple, Akshay Wat, and then also Digital Mahakumbh Experience Center, which is India's AI prowess. And once you enter inside the Digital Mahakumbh Experience Center, it's altogether a different world. One get to know the significance of Mahakumbh through digital medium and also some other things as well. You have technologies through which you can just press a button and do the dance. So yes, definitely it showcases India's AI prowess and the technology that has evolved, and people from all around the world are coming here not just to experience the Digital Mahakumbh Experience Center, but also you have Samvidhan Gallery, right. You also have Namo App Pavilion and also Kalagram and some other things as well, wherein AI technology has been incorporated, be it for the security or be it for the entertainment, but people here are just enjoying, and the security system has been put in place to make sure that this journey of the devotees who are coming here from many kilometers remains peaceful, safe and secure. And all also right. the technology that we are witnessing here, whether it's maintaining the urinals, whether it's just scanning the QR code on the poles, it's just phenomenal. And as this Mahakumbh says, this is Divya, Bhavya, digital, which means this is grand, Absolutely. This is divine, and this is digital. Back to you, Lipakshi.
Thank you so much, Siddharth, for all those details from Prayagraj. And moving on to other stories now, the United States is set to impose 25% tariffs on steel and aluminium imports starting Monday. This move is expected to have significant implications for the global trade. We have a detailed report on this.
Any steel coming into the United States is going to have a 25% tariff.
US President Donald Trump's tariff juggernaut just keeps on rolling. Now in the line of fire are the steel and aluminium imports. Sweeping tariffs would apply to any steel and aluminium coming into the US on top of the existing metal duties.
Nobody can have a majority stake for US Steel. They can for other companies, but not for US Steel. I think you agree with that, Dr. US Steel was one of our great companies. And through a lot of stupidity and bad government and also bad management of the company, it lost that luster. But it's going to gain it back, and tariffs are going to help. Tariffs are going to make it very successful again.
Trump also said he will announce reciprocal tariffs to all countries and matching the tariff rates levied by each country. The announcement will be made on Tuesday or Wednesday and will apply almost immediately.
I'll be announcing probably Tuesday or Wednesday at a news conference reciprocal tariffs, and very simply, it's if they charge us, we charge them almost immediately. But I'll be announcing the details of it, highly detailed, and it'll be great for everybody, including the other countries. But if they are charging us 130% and we're charging them nothing, it's not going to stay that way.
Canada is the largest source of steel and aluminum imports to the United States. Brazil, Mexico, and South Korea are also major steel providers to the country. He paused 25% taxes against Canada and Mexico for a month after both countries promised to step up measures to counter the flow of drug, fentanyl, and crossing of undocumented migrants into the United States. Meanwhile, China's retaliatory tariffs on US goods come into effect this morning. The 15% tariff will be placed on US coal and LNG, while 10% will be imposed on crude oil, farm equipment, and luxury cars, including sedan, shipped to China.
I don't think the impact is very significant at the moment. For example, if US impose tariff, we can respond by slightly reducing our profit margins or adjusting costs. In the end, the additional costs will be passed on to end consumers in the country, meaning they will ultimately bear the consequences of their own economic policies.
This escalation follows the US implementing a 10% tariff on all Chinese products earlier this month, signaling the start of what President Trump described as a renewed trade offensive against China. With the tariffs now in place, markets are bracing for a long-term impact on global trade. Shares of steelmakers in Asia mostly fell on Monday, save for those with operations in the United States. The dollar rose and the US Treasury yields ticked higher. With Aarti Rana, Anil Thomas, DD India.
And for more on this, we have Anil Thomas joining us. Well, Anil, how do you think President Trump's decision to impose 25% tariff on steel and aluminium imports will impact the US trade relations, especially with allies like the European Union? As you said, also shares of the steel and aluminium companies declined over 2% on Monday morning.
Well, good morning, Lepakshi. Well, it's, with Trump administration, you always got to expect the unexpected. I think the world has got a taste of it in term one. Term two, it's just getting better. If you see term one, a similar kind of tariff was introduced by the Trump administration. It was 25% for steel, 10% for aluminium. This time around, he's brought them on the same table, steel and aluminium, 25% tariff. Even during his first term, he had brought about some kind of quotas in place, as a result of which many countries benefited, like Mexico, Canada, many countries that had benefited. I think the Biden administration came and extended it to UK, Japan, and also the European Union. I think getting it back, getting these tariffs in on the table is a very clear idea of, first of all, the US looking at addressing the trade imbalance that is existing. Secondly, it's trying to help oppress China, especially on intellectual property, and also leveraging the tax advantages that exist. That's something that Trump has been looking forward to for time. Again, he stressed on it during his political campaign. He's now putting pen to paper and trying to push the partners who are trading with America to toe the line. And I think that's something that's good, because it helps his political base in the first place. Secondly, it's also a geopolitical strategy that he spoke about and which he's using to the fullest. In the short term, I think that companies who are importing steel won't have much of an effect, because most of these companies would have looked at March, would have supplies till March would be taken care of. If this goes on, if there is no kind of solution that's found out, I think it could have a lasting effect on the global supply chains that could be hit. It could also have a lasting effect on how things, trading alliances, global trading alliances could go for a toss and would go for changing hands. But we'll have to wait and watch. Similar kind of line was taken by Trump when he announced tariffs on Mexico and Canada, but then he gave them a leeway, he gave them a 30-day reprieve. Can we expect something in similar? We'll have to wait and watch.
All right, Anil, thank you so much for all those details. And moving on, US President Donald Trump signed an executive order that recognizes 9th February as Gulf of America Day. Trump signed the proclamation while flying over the newly named Gulf of America. The changes will apply to official federal documents and maps. Trump ordered the name change is as part of a flurry of executive actions hours after taking office, making good on a campaign promise. Google Maps last month said that it will change the name of Gulf of Mexico to Gulf of America once it is officially updated in the US Geographic Names System. Now, the change will be visible in the US, but it will remain Gulf of Mexico in Mexico. Outside of the two countries, users will see both the names. And US President Donald Trump reiterated his intention to buy and own Gaza, calling it a demolition site in need of total transformation. Now, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised the proposal as revolutionary, but this bold proposal has ignited a firestorm of criticism and raised questions about the future of West Asia. As a report by DD India's Harshita Oberoi.
A sweeping and controversial vision. US President Donald Trump on Sunday reiterated his commitment to buying and owning Gaza, proposing to redevelop the territory with the help from other West Asian states. His remarks made aboard Air Force One en route to the Super Bowl have sent shockwaves through the international community. Trump emphasized his intent to take full control of Gaza, ensuring Hamas does not return, calling the land a demolition site.
I'm committed to buying and owning Gaza. As far as us rebuilding it, we may give it to other states in the Middle East to build sections of it. Other people may do it through our auspices, but we're committed to owning it, taking it, and making sure that Hamas doesn't move back. There's nothing to move back into. The place is a demolition site. It'll be, the remainder will be demolished. Everything's demolished. I mean, you can't live in those buildings right now. They're very unsafe. But we'll make it into a very good site for future development by somebody. We'll let other countries develop parts of it. It'll be beautiful. People can come from all over the world and live there. But we're going to take care of the Palestinians.
While promising to care for Palestinians, he suggested that other nations could rebuild different sections of the territory. He also hinted at allowing some Palestinian refugees into the US on a case-by-case basis. His comments were swiftly met with both support and outrage. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu praised the proposal as revolutionary, aligning with Israel's long-standing objective of eliminating Hamas's presence. But Netanyahu remained vague on the plan's details.
President Trump also presented a completely different vision for the post-war period. For an entire year, we were told that the day after must include the Palestine Liberation Organization and the Palestinian Authority. President Trump came with a completely different, much better vision for Israel, a revolutionary, creative approach that we are currently discussing. He is very determined to implement it, and I believe it opens up many possibilities for us.
The backlash was immediate. Arab nations, including Egypt, Jordan, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia, rejected the proposal outright. Saudi Arabia's government dismissed the idea, while Jordan's King Abdullah is set to confront Trump during their upcoming February 11th meeting in Washington, warning that the plan could destabilize the region. Meanwhile, Israeli President Isaac Herzog revealed that Trump is also expected to meet with key Arab leaders, including Egypt's President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, though no official dates have been confirmed. But with widespread rejection, his plan faces an uphill battle. Harshita Oberoi's report, DD India.
Well, Sweden's government has announced plans to tighten its gun laws as police confirmed for the first time details of those killed in the worst mass shooting in the country's history. 10 people were shot dead at the campus Risbergska School in Örebro on Tuesday. 7 women and 4 men died in the attack, including the suspect. Among the victims were several Christians who fled persecution in Syria. Police say they have found no evidence of an ideological motive so far. Police also confirmed that the killer was a 35-year-old man named Rickard Andersson. Sweden's Prime Minister said he wanted to address people's concerns after the country experienced its deadliest mass shooting. Ulf Kristersson appealed to the country to unite and stand together. Speaking in a televised address to the nation, Kristersson said the event had sparked fear and a sense of vulnerability among many people with immigrant backgrounds in Sweden. Well, supporters of Kosovo's Prime Minister Albin Kurti flooded the streets after preliminary election results signalled his party's lead. Draped in Albanian flags and beating drums, crowds gathered in the capital's main square where Kurti declared victory just after midnight on Monday. But the road ahead is uncertain. While his Veteran.se party is set to win the most seats, it lacks a majority, forcing Kurti to seek coalition partners, though he gave no hints about potential allies. The results mark a decline from the 2021 landslide, but still position him to lead Kosovo, a nation where politics are deeply intertwined with Serbia relations. Now, meanwhile, the Election Commission faced delays, blaming software failure, promising final results by early Monday. And Donald Trump expressed confidence that the United States was making headway in discussions aimed at ending the Russia-Ukraine conflict on Sunday, but refrained from sharing specifics about any conversations with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Trump has promised to resolve the conflict, but has not yet revealed publicly how he plans to do so.
If we are talking, I don't want to tell you about the conversation, it's too early, but I do believe we're making progress. I've had it. Let's just say I've had it. And I expect to have many more conversations. We have to get that war ended. It's going to end, and we have to get it ended. And we have to get it ended soon. Should have never happened, would have never happened if I was president.
Well, the formation of a new Sudanese government is expected to happen after the recapture of Khartoum is completed, a day after Sudan's army had said he would form a technocratic wartime government. The Sudanese army has in recent weeks regained ground in the capital Khartoum, closing in on the symbolic presidential palace. The conflict has created one of the world's largest humanitarian crises, with the displacement of more than 12 million people and half the population facing hunger. Meanwhile, hundreds of young people gather outside of El Salvador's National Library to protest against the mining law approved by the Legislative Assembly in December, as President Nayib Bukele announced his plan to extract $3 billion of gold. The law has sparked widespread outrage, particularly among activists and young activists who fear the environmental and social impacts of mining. In 2017, El Salvador became the first country to ban metal mining before removing the prohibition on December 23, 2024. Well, all-out rescue efforts are underway following a landslide that struck southwest China's Sichuan province on Saturday, leaving one person dead, 28 missing and others injured. Rescue teams will continue to operate cautiously. About a total of 95 households with 360 residents have been evacuated to safe places after the landslide. Rescue teams continue to search for survivors amid challenging conditions. The landslide was triggered by recent heavy rainfall and unstable geological conditions. According to the authorities, about $6.8 million have been allocated for the destruction. Well, heavy rainfall impacted the western Philippines on Sunday, prompting rescue operations for people stranded in their homes. The island of Palawan was severely affected, with personnel from the Red Cross and Coast Guard using boats to reach those trapped by rising flood waters. The unit carried children on their shoulders while evacuating them to safety, helped adults navigate through the deep water, and supported the evacuation of their belongings. Tehran, the capital of Iran, woke up to a blanket of snow, transforming the city into a winter wonderland covered in a thick layer of snow. Residents said snow has come late this year as they played in Parvaz Park, blanketed in white, after the capital's first cold snap of the year on February 9th. Many said they were worried that the lack of snow and rain could lead to drought later in the year. Iranian Weather Department has warned of incoming drop in temperatures. Snow also covered the mountains of Cyprus, bringing a rare weather winter spectacle to the Mediterranean island. The higher elevations, particularly in the Troodos mountain range, have been layered in a thick layer of snow. Locals and tourists flocked to the mountains to enjoy the winter weather, with some taking part in activities like skiing and snowboarding. This recent snowfall has been particularly heavy, leading to road closures and warnings from the authorities about icy conditions in the higher areas. And also now let's take a look at other stories making news around the world. Hong Kong Secretary for Health Lo Chung-mo announced plans to submit a bill in April proposing 10 tobacco control measures in phases. The initiative will be presented to the Legislative Council in April with varying implementation dates for the measures. The initial step will involve stricter penalties for the sale of duty not paid cigarettes next year. People in South Korea's Seoul gather around a huge bonfire during an event to celebrate Jeongwol Deobryum, a festival celebrating the first full moon of the Lunar New Year. The event is filled with traditional customs believed to drive away bad luck, bringing prosperity, health and good fortune for the year ahead. Carnival in Bolivia began with the ritual of awakening the pepino, a symbolic vegetable spirit, at the General Cemetery of La Paz. Each year, Bolivians gather to retrieve the pepino, who has been sleeping in a casket, and paraded through the streets. This marks the start of the festive season. While Rio hosted the third day of carnival rehearsals at the Sambadrome, featuring 3 of the 12 top samba schools from the special group. Rehearsals are free for the public, and schools use them to evaluate their performances. The carnival will take place from February 28th to March 8th. And still to come, indeed, India News Hour. Asian shares pause as US dollar edges higher amid tariff tensions and earnings focus. In sports, India's Seal series as Rohit Sharma roars back into form with 32nd ODI ton against England. And ahead are the visuals from Kauai Flower Fest showcasing the immense beauty of flowers.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. On to some business news now. Asian shares deterred and the dollar edged higher on Monday after US President Donald Trump warned of more tariffs in steel and aluminium that could limit the scope for rate cuts. Wall Street futures started lower but soon rallied as investors looked ahead to another busy week of earnings. S&P 500 futures firmed over 0.2%, while Nasdaq futures added 0.3%. US dollar bounced to 0.4%. The euro values dipped to 0.1%, while the trade-exposed Australian dollar fell 0.2%. The market was due to a bounce after 3 weeks of losses. Well, you're watching TT India News. Our time now for some sports news. Rohit Sharma shown with a sensational century as India eased past England by 4 wickets in the second ODI and sealed the 3-match series. On Sunday, Ravindra Jadeja scalped 3 for 35, but England still posted 304 all out after opting to bat first. What followed was a terrific Rohit show as the Indian captain returned to form in style in the second innings, scoring 119 off 90 balls. He smashed his 32nd ODI century and surpassed Rahul Dravid in the list of Indian batters with most international tons. Meanwhile, Shubman Gill played the perfect second fiddle to him in a mammoth opening stand. Gill himself raised his half-century in 45 balls as the opening stand between him and Rohit crossed 100 in just 81 balls. The hosts have also taken a 2-0 lead in the rubber, thus confirming a series win for themselves. And the 38th National Games is currently underway in India's Uttarakhand. Services continue to dominate National Games, leading the medal tally with 42 gold, 16 silver and 15 bronze medals, taking their total to 73. Karnataka follows in second place with 31 golds, while Maharashtra with 29 golds holds the third spot but leads in overall medals with a staggering 120. Uttarakhand in particular has impressed with 15 gold medals so far, making the most of its home advantage. The competition is set to intensify today with key agents in judo, netball, gymnastics and athletics. As athletics push for podium finishes, the medal tally is expected to see major shifts. And for more on the games, we have Narayan Singh joining us from Dehradun. Well, Narayan, as Uttarakhand's sporting infrastructure sets the new standards, what all is lined up for today? How are the games going?
Good morning, Lipakshi. A fantastic day is ahead for the sports enthusiasts too, because action-packed day is ahead for us. Especially in the judo matches will be there, where the medal stakes are there, and also track and field, the most watched event of any multi-sports event, is also there, and we are hoping that definitely the track and field events and the number of medals, how many medals each state wins there, will also reflect on the medal tally, which can also can make some shift in the medal tally too. And talking about the gymnastics event are also taking place here in the Rajat Jayanti Khel Parisar in Dehradun. So medal events are also there, or in table tennis too, there are many medal events. So definitely an action-packed day ahead, and the way things are happening, we are hoping that the fans will be enchanted with the performance of their athletes here, because not only we can say the young athletes and very rookie athletes, but the India's top-notch athletes are also performing here. Yesterday, Bhavani Devi in fencing, she won gold medal, and yesterday we saw Jyoti Yaraji winning a hat-trick of gold medals at the national game. In the previous national games also she won medal, and same the way Tejas also won gold medal, a hat-trick of gold medal in track and field in his 110-meter hurdles here. So top stars are also performing, young stars are also performing. So it's a, we can say that a big event of the India's mini Olympics, where athletes are showcasing their talent.
All right. Narayan, also services, of course, continues to dominate the national games. Tell us who are the star players there?
When we talk about services, since the inception of the national games, we have seen that services, the armed forces people coming there, always dominating there. And in the past also we saw the way services people, especially in the water sports, the way they dominated, that helped them to swell their medal tally. Yesterday, Bhavani Devi of the services won a medal for them, and the way she performed continuously, she also worked her game. And in the Olympics also we saw that Bhavani Devi, one of the women, everyone knows that the potential of her, and she performed there. And if we talk about the overall services in the past, Neeraj Chopra was there in 2015 national game. Neeraj Chopra participated in the national games and he stood fifth. And it was the national game that recognized the talent of the Neeraj Chopra. And after that, we saw what Neeraj Chopra has done. No athletes had ever done. Won gold medal in the javelin in the Tokyo Olympics. Then again in the Paris, we won silver medal. So many stars are here who will perform for the services today.
All right. Thank you so much, Narayan, for all those details from there. And moving on, the Philadelphia Eagles eliminated the Kansas City Chiefs bid to become the first NFL team to win 3 consecutive Super Bowls with a blowout 40-22 win in New Orleans on Monday. U.S. President Donald Trump also arrived to watch the match, becoming the first sitting president to do so. The Chiefs had been bidding to become the first team in history to win 3 consecutive Vince Lombardi trophies following Super Bowl victories in 2023 and 2024. But Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes never looked like leading his team to glory. Eagles effectively had the games won by half-time, powering into a 24-0 lead at the break after 3 unanswered touchdowns from Hurts, Cooper DeJean and A.J. Brown. And Carlos Alcaraz claimed his first indoor title at the Rotterdam Open on Sunday, defeating Australia's Alex de Minaur 6-4, 3-6, 6-2 in a hard-fought final. The world number 3 overpowered de Minaur, showcasing his firepower from both wings. De Minaur defended admirably but lacked the finishing weapons to trouble the top seed. Alcaraz struck first, breaking in the third game with a mix of heavy ground strokes and a costly double fault from de Minaur. The Australian responded with a love break in the 7th game, levelling the set at 4-4. However, an ill-advised drop shot gifted Alcaraz another chance, in which the Spaniard capitalized, closing it out as de Minaur netted a forehand return. Well, the 7th edition of the Kawai Flower Show kicked off at Tamil Nadu Agricultural University in southern Indian state of Tamil Nadu. Visitors can immerse themselves in the beauty of colorful flowers and floral structures. Around 100,000 flowers are on display at the show, including 50 different types of flowers, 100 varieties of indoor plants and around 50 varieties of cacti. All right, that's all for this edition of DD India News Hour. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. For those on the go, you can get all the latest news and updates from India and across the world on the DD India mobile app. The app is available on both Android and iOS platforms. Scan the QR code on the screen to download now. Well, we'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Lipakshi Khurana from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
A confluence of spirituality, knowledge and culture. The progenitor of democracy, Bihar holds a special place in India's history. Treasure the journey of enlightenment. Travel the holy circuit trails of multiple faiths. Experience the legacy of ancient India.